Welcome to the today's topic, that is fuels. Let us see the definition. Any substance which on combustion produces heat or power, the heat evolved can be utilized for a domestic or industrial processes. ಕಂಬಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಆರ್ ಪವರ್ ಲಿಬರೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆ ಹೀಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್. Next, the characteristics of a good fuel. There are six characteristics of a good fuel, and let us see one by one. One, high calorific value. Here the calorific value, it depends upon the amount of heat liberated. So high calorific value is possible if the amount of heat liberated is very high. So the next point, it is a moderate ignition point. The ignition point definition is like this. Ignition point or ignition temperature is the lowest temperature to which the fuel must be heated so that it burns continuously. ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಹೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. ಎಟ್ ಅ ಸರ್ಟನ್ temperature it will catch the fire. That temperature itself is the ignition point. Suppose the room temperature is 25 degrees centigrade and the fuel we are testing that is catching the fire at 22 degree. It is not a good fuel. If it is burning at a very high temperature, suppose the room temperature is 25 degrees centigrade and it is burning at 35 degrees centigrade, then the gap, the temperature difference is there, no? So in order to make it catch fire, we should be heat it to a very high temperature. In both the condition, they are not the ideal fuel. If the ignition temperature is very low, it is very difficult to store and transport that kind of fuel. And if the ignition temperature is very high, large amount of heating is required before the fire is catched. So the third point, the geographical distribution and easy availability. Fourth one, storage and transport cost should be low. ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಎರಡೂ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇರಿ ಅದು ಲೋ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಪರ್ ದ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಬರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಇನ್ ಏರ್. ಬರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬರ್ನ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ಲಿ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಸ್ಮೋಕ್ ಆರ್ ಪಾಯ್ಸನಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯೂಯಲನ್ನು ಬರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿಬರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಪಾಯ್ಸನಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಮಚ್ ಸ್ಮೋಕ್ ಆರ್ ಲಿಬರೇಟೆಡ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಐಡಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್. It is not a good fuel. It should not leave any ash behind as it decreases the heat availability. ಈಗ ನೀವು LPG ಏನೇ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, it can be applied to, we can apply all the 6 conditions. Burning quality in air. The burning quality in air, the fuel should burn effectively without any smoke or a poisonous gas, and it should not leave any ash behind. Sixth point, easy control of combustion. ನಮಗೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಥರ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲೇಬಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಮೇ ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಫೈರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಮೇ ಗೆಟ್ ಬರ್ನ್ಟ್. ಸೊ it must be easy to start or stop the combustion. So these are the 6 characteristics of a good fuel. Next, the calorific value. The calorific value, its definition is like this. Amount of the heat evolved when unit mass of a fuel is burnt completely in excess air and the products of combustion are cooled to 298 Kelvin. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೀಟ್ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೀಟ್ ಇವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ವೆನ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಬರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ ಏರ್. ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಂಬಷನನ್ನು ಕೂಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಟ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ 25 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಸೆಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಡ್ ಆರ್ 298 ಕೆಲ್ವಿನ್. ಈಗ ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ಆದರೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ 1 kg, and if it is a liquid we can take it as 1 meter cube, 1 millimeter cube amount of volume. In bracket I have taken or unit volume at 1 atmospheric pressure in case of a gas. This calorific value definition, it holds good for a solid or a liquid gas. The amount of heat evolved when unit mass or unit volume at 1 atmospheric pressure in case of a gas of a fuel is burnt completely in excess of air and products of combustion cooled to 298 Kelvin. The unit of calorific value, and it is expressed as a kilojoule per kg. This is the unit expressed for solid fuel, and if it is liquid fuel we can take it as a kilojoule per meter cube. The next concept, it is very important about the bomb calorimeter. It is the determination of the calorific value using bomb calorimeter. You can see the setup of a bomb calorimeter here. I have here there are some markings are there, A, B, T, S, F. You can see the different markings. A, it is a strong cylindrical vessel containing fuel. A, it is a strong cylindrical, it is a strong cylindrical steel vessel containing the fuel. This is the fuel. Next we have B. B is a airtight screw lid. This is an inlet valve for the oxygen. This is the inlet valve for oxygen. And here the bomb means the strong cylindrical vessel containing the fuel. That setup itself is known as a bomb. Here this bomb calorimeter contains the bomb which is kept inside the copper calorimeter. This is the copper calorimeter, filled with a definite amount of water. Here this is the water. And there is one thermometer. This is the thermometer. And there is one stirrer also, that is named as S. By using this experiment we can determine the calorific value of either solid fuel or a liquid fuel. Initially a known mass of the fuel is taken in the silica crucible. Here F is the silica crucible containing the fuel, and known weight of the fuel we have to take and take in this silica crucible, and it is kept in the bomb. And this silica crucible, it is connected to these two magnesium wires, and they are connected to the terminal rods. Before beginning the experiment, the bomb is filled with the air using the inlet B. Is filled in the bomb. Here T is the thermometer. Using the thermometer, the initial temperature of the water is noted down. Next, the fuel, it is ignited by connecting the terminal rods. By connecting these terminal rods to a source of electric current. The water is then kept stir in order to maintain the uniform temperature throughout the calorimeter, and once it gets ignited by the electric current, the temperature of the water bath will rise, and it is noted down by this thermometer, and when the maximum temperature is reached, it is noted. Next, we can now calculate the calorific value. Calorific value, it is with the symbol Q is equal to capital W into small s into T. Actually, I must have taken the delta D, but I have taken simply T here. I could not write delta symbol, that's why. Divided by M, where W is the water equivalent of the calorimeter, and S is the specific heat of water. T is the rise in temperature. Rise means we have taken the initial temperature and the final temperature. We have to take the difference of both. That is the rise in temperature. We have to take the delta T. That is the rise in temperature, difference in temperature. M is the mass of the fuel. Here the water equivalent, it is determined by carrying out water equivalent, that is W. Here the W, we know the specific heat, we know the temperature difference, we know the mass of the fuel, but what about W? The water equivalent of the calorimeter, it can be determined by carrying out the experiment. The experiment we have to conduct, and with a fuel of known calorific value, then we can find out the value of W. This bomb calorimeter experiment, it is very important. It is frequently asked in examination, so it is very important. Next, it is the coal. Coal, you know, it is the Kalliddalu. There are so many sources of energy. It is one of the so important source of energy, and it is the natural solid fuel. It is naturally occurring, and ಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಲು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಸಾವಿರಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ಪಳೆಯುಳಿಕೆಗಳು, ಮರದ ಪಳೆಯುಳಿಕೆಗಳು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಡಿಕಂಪೋಸ್ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಡಿಕೆ ಆಗಿ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದ ಕೋಲ್ after the millennia of years by the action of the bacterial action and the chemical action on the fossil fuel, on the remnants of plants. It will take a lot of million of years to form the coal. And there are different varieties of coals depending on the amount of the moisture content and the quality of the coal, content of the carbon. And there are 4 varieties, that is peat, lignite, bituminous, anthracite. As you can see in the picture, peat, it is not a coal, and when it was the initial condition when the plant it is undergone some decomposition. It is not at a coal. When it is subjected to heat and pressure, it will be converted to lignite. That is a brown coal. That is a brown coal, and then which is then further subjected to heat and pressure, it will be converted to a bituminous. That is a soft coal. And next, when it is further subjected to heat and pressure, it will be finally converted to anthracite. That is a hard coal. You can see that some explanation is given below it. Anthracite, its supply is very much limited in some areas, but if you compare the bituminous, it has a large supply. It has got a large supply, but the desirable fuel is the anthracite only. That is a hard coal. And you can see that if you move from peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracite, here the carbon content will increase and the moisture content will decrease. Next, it is about the gaseous fuels. You know the variety of gaseous fuels, the examples being the coal gas, producer gas, water gas and a biogas. And there are so many advantages of these gaseous fuels over the solid fuel. That's why we are making use of gaseous fuel, that is LPG, at for the domestic purpose or any hotel kind of business. What are the advantages? Let us see the advantages of gaseous fuels one by one. There are 6 advantages. 1, the rate of burning. About the rate of burning, the rate of burning, it is easily controllable and it can be stopped at any time of our wish. We can easily start or stop. That is rate of burning. It is easily controllable. First. Second one, you remember the example of LPG. Okay, so there is no ash, there is no smoke, and it is very much a clean fuel, and it leads to less pollution. I cannot say that there is no pollution. There are some side products will be, and that is least, so less pollution. We are calling it as a less pollution. So third, high calorific value. It has got a high calorific value. And fourth one, the complete combustion is possible with a few excess of air if we supply. Complete combustion, it is very much possible. And 5, easy transportation. It can be easily transported to any house. Nowadays there is a gas pipes, instead of it is being supplied with the supplied in cylinders, it is directly supplied through pipes. Nowadays LPGs are supplied through the pipes. And 6th one, high thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency, it is the ratio of effort to result. ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಎಫಿಷಿಯನ್ಸಿ. ಈಗ ತುಂಬ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಫ್ ದ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೋ, then that is not a satisfactory. But here if we want to do some combustion somewhere, it can be easily transported. So the fuel can be taken to any spot of combustion. So it has got a high thermal efficiency. So thank you. See you with the next topic in the next session.